Bulletcast for life.
What up? This is Real American, we the people, Jack Swagger, and you're listening to the Bulletcast. No, I'm not in the Bullet Club.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the subscription, the stream, the view, the download, the listen. This is the number 17 sports and recreational podcast, but the only sports and recreational podcast that is simply just too sweet. I'm the Podfather, and this is the Canadian Destroyer, Brandon. How's it going?
Going good. We're live inside a cafeteria right now.
Live inside a cafeteria, yeah. I booked a TV studio. Nobody showed up. How professional is that?
I don't want to get into this.
Yeah.
Not my fight.
Yeah. All right, let's get into this performance-enhancing audio, episode 71. We've been doing this for quite some time, huh?
Yeah. Only 70 or 69 of them count, because I wasn't here for 2 of them.
I mean, they all kind of count, you know.
No.
All right, outside the ring, WWEPerformanceCenter.com, WWE, the Performance Center, they launched a website where you can see all the coaches and what the Performance Center has to offer. Good stuff.
Okay, have you been on the website?
I have not checked it out. I saw the homepage on Facebook under one of the wrestling fan profiles or whatever. It looked fine. You know, it has a list of trainers and list of promo classes and what the different rings are used for. So it looks pretty. It looks pretty nice. All right, All In 2. That is, people have been making rumblings about that. I think Cody was at some Ring of Honor show, and he mentioned that. But the reason why this has been brought up, a wrestling company that is not WWE has apparently booked the Madison Square Garden at the end of this year. I've heard rumblings that it's AAA. People have said, are Cody and the Bucks doing an All In 2? That's soon after All In 1.
Yeah, I don't exactly know which wrestling company it would be. Maybe it's New Japan? I don't think it would be. But the reason why WWE doesn't run Madison Square Garden all the time is because it's really expensive.
It really is. I mean, it's the world's most famous arena.
Well, I mean, it's more because like all the unions and all the workers that you have to hire for that. And All In 2, I think it'd be fun if it was there, but I don't think it should be that, because what is this like? What did it say it was supposed to be like?
I just said later in the year.
Oh, because like it's on Labor Day or whatever, and having it a couple months or something like that after the first one, it's just, you caught a genie in the bottle with the first one, and I think making people waiting at least a year, maybe even for WrestleMania weekend, I think is probably the best way to have an All In 2, if they even have an All In 2. But
yeah.
If there really is a wrestling company booked for Madison Square Garden, is it the big arena? Because there's like little different rooms that are inside Madison Square Garden.
I'm not sure. It just said WWE wrestling company booked Madison Square Garden. That's all it said.
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
I know, right? All right. This was random. WWE trademarked the NWO logo and name, so maybe they're having thoughts of bringing back a new version of it or something. They don't just trademark stuff randomly. There's a purpose for that stuff.
Well, I think the purpose is probably to make money off of it, because I don't understand why they haven't trademarked the NWO before.
Yeah.
So maybe somebody else trademarked it, because NWO is also some like for conspiracy theories and New World Order and stuff like that.
Of course.
So having them trademark NWO, maybe that's, I don't exactly know how trademarks work, so maybe it expired and they swooped it up or something.
Possibility. I just found it interesting that they would just randomly do that. I thought maybe, a modern day one or something. I don't know. We talked about the LWO last week, now the NWO. What's next? The Blue World Order? That next week?
Can we just have, original ideas instead of going off of other people's ideas and having... Man. Yeah, that's a fine name. And then having LWO and NWO, just let them die. Let them die.
All right.
Even though I would be open to having some WCW themed pay-per-views.
Oh, yeah.
Having some Halloween Havoc.
Bash at the Beach.
Yeah.
I love a Halloween Havoc. That sounds amazing.
It's better than having a Hell in a Cell where you're handcuffed to having a certain match.
Yeah. All right, so CM Punk wins in court, but will he win this Saturday in the Octagon? So my boy Phillip Brooks, he and Cole Cabana, they won their court case. How do you pronounce his name? Amon, yeah. He sued CM Punk and Cole Cabana for the infamous podcast that Punk and Cabana recorded back in 2014, sued them for defamation of his name. His reputation wasn't really ruined, and I just heard that he was suing them for $1 per download, so it results
$4 million.
Yeah, it resulted in like $4 million, which I thought was absurd. But yeah, so Punk won, and he was interviewed right after by somebody from WrestleZone, and they asked him, is he all in? And he said simply just no. So, I mean...
Well, if he was all in, he wouldn't tell you.
Oh, yeah, of course, that's just the nature of the business. But, going through this, like, the week of your big fight, that's,
And maybe if, like, it got pushed back and postponed, maybe even he would have been in court today, like, the day before his fight.
It's a possibility, yeah.
But I'm really happy that they won. More for Colt Cabana's sake, because I have no idea why Colt Cabana was thrown into this.
Oh,
he was just interviewing him, and I don't think they were obviously
he published the defamation.
That's really dumb. That
Yeah,
makes no
I know.
sense, because defamation should be the person saying it, not the person who published it.
Yeah, I mean, Colt Cabana, he was charged for defamation of his name and publishing, but they got it down to just one count, which was still ridiculous. No, but so moving on to the fight this Saturday, how do you think Punk's gonna do? He's wrestling. Not wrestling, fighting. I can't think of the chap's name, but I know he's a MMA journalist. Like, fighting is like his hobby, and he's also lost to Mickey Gall, the person who beat Punk in his first fight. So it's kind of an even playing field.
Yeah, I mean, Mike. I think his name is Mike Johnson. I don't even
Mike
know.
Jackson or something like that.
Anyways, he's already lost a fight, and I think with somebody for fighting CM Punk, you should just pick some random person from a training camp and just be like, he hasn't fought yet. He doesn't have a fight right now. Pick him, because at least with that person, we don't know how he's going to do. With this Jackson guy, we know he's hot garbage.
Yeah, and he lost quicker to Mickey Gall than Punk did.
That's not saying a lot.
I know. So, I think this is an easy win for Punk, hopefully, tomorrow night.
There's no such thing as an easy win.
True that. I think it's a win for Punk tomorrow night, but if he loses again, that'd just be... Oh, my God.
I think it's CM Punk's final fight in the UFC regardless.
Yeah, I think he's gotten his taste of it. Hopefully he gets the W tomorrow night. I will have to watch this.
I don't feel like his his return to the UFC is as hot as his debut. I think people have kind of gotten
simmered
over that.
down on it. Yeah,
I think maybe something that they could have done is put this on the FS1 prelims, have it on TV. Could have got a huge rating, but I think people aren't gonna buy this pay-per-view to see CM Punk. I mean, there might be a few.
Yeah, I mean,
but I don't think there's anybody clamoring. Like when he debuted, I was like, okay, I want to see what happens. And this one, I'm trying to see if I can order it, but.
Yeah, at the beginning, he was still a draw at that point or whatever. I mean, he could still be a draw now. I mean, his name still does have value, somewhat. I mean, you said you're gonna order it?
I said maybe.
Maybe. Oh,
I said maybe.
I don't
I'm more
know.
excited for Yoel Romero versus. Is it Forrest Whitaker? No, not Forrest. Not Forrest Whitaker. No, and I just cussed.
Jesus! So. Oh my goodness!
Let's see.
He said Forrest Whitaker.
UFC 225.
Oh my God. Oh man. No, but I hope CM Punk. I hope he gets the dub tomorrow. I will be at a Straw Hat Pizza. They air UFC fights for free. I will be enjoying some delicious pizza and
Robert Whitaker.
See,
there you go.
Not my boy Forrest. All right. Oh yeah. Yeah. So I'll be at a Straw Hat Pizza enjoying some delicious pizza pie while watching my boy hopefully pick up the dub. All right, and some really big news. Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, he's now open to having one more match. Michaels has been retired for about 8 years now. I mean, this is big news. He's said, like he doesn't want to wrestle again because the whole career from like the Rockers up until WrestleMania 26 with The Undertaker, that's all one giant story. And he said he'd return in maybe like a tag team capacity because he says people won't be getting Mr. WrestleMania or the Heartbreak Kid, the showstopper anymore. Because he has aged, but he looks incredible from like the pictures you see and like that WrestleMania a few years ago when he came out in his gear.
I hope we don't get another DX reunion.
Oh man, you gotta have another DX reunion.
Don't need another one of those.
Get Gunn, get Brian James, get Hunter, get them all.
No.
Gotta have a DX. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he threw out some names. He threw out AJ Styles, obviously. That'd be amazing to watch. Daniel Bryan, there's some history. There's a real story that can be told there. And then he threw out Johnny Gargano.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of Johnny Gargano. He can be the next big star in WWE if he gets pushed, but we all know he's probably not because he's short.
You know what? What about Tommaso Ciampa?
Maybe we finally get the Shawn Michaels Rock match we never got.
No.
No, we're not gonna get that.
I mean, I don't know. I think Punk. I'm not Punk. Jesus. I think HBK. I think he wrestles at a takeover, and he could be against Tommaso Ciampa. You know, if the right story is told, maybe have Sean come on as an on-screen authority figure, and kind of work something, and have Ciampa go over.
Yes.
That'd really solidify Ciampa as a real, just, I mean, dirty heel and breaking our hearts by beating the Heartbreak Kid. After his wonderful return. Yeah, exactly. After his wonderful, long, almost decade-awaited return, I think that'd be something very interesting.
I mean, if HBK comes back, as you said, he doesn't want to set high expectations that he's going to be a show stealer. He's just going to be there for nostalgia. But if he is there, I wish it was just a one-on-one match, not a tag team.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
he's not coming back for a run or anything like that.
There's always the Daniel Bryan match, even though technically HBK wasn't really his trainer because he wasn't really there all that often. And then there's the AJ Styles match, and I mean, those are definitely the two big ones. But I don't know what other. He could have came back for the Royal Rumble, the greatest Royal Rumble ever, because he could have got a really big payday.
Oh,
but he
man.
didn't do that.
No, he didn't.
So obviously, it's not about the money. He has enough money. He has his ranch. He's over there in Orlando teaching the younglings.
The young kids.
I think it's all about just the right time, the right place with
right
the story that he wants to tell.
All right, this day in wrestling, Clash of Champions 2 happened in 1988. Nothing much happened on that show. Triple H becomes the King of the Ring on this day in 1997. He was supposed to have it in 96, but obviously the curtain call happened and we got Austin instead. Ivory defeats Deborah for the women's title on this day in 1999, and TNA starts their video on demand service in 2012.
I mean, probably the biggest thing there is the King of the Ring, Triple H winning.
Oh yeah, of course.
Really having Triple H's career start with. I mean, he was the royal guy, and then now this is when he was with DX starting, and then now that's how his career really skyrocketed after that.
Yeah, then he became the Game, and it's all history. All right, so Money in the Bank, it's coming up next week. We've been having a lot of Money in the Bank talk. We got a Money in the Bank briefcase on the line and stuff like that. Brandon, what is your favorite Money in the Bank match ever?
Well, you never forget your first.
I was just about to say that. You don't.
You don't forget. You can't forget your first.
You can't.
So the first one, WrestleMania 21. I remember watching that live. You know, it was a brand new concept. Your boy Chris Jericho thought of it, even though he's never won it.
Shout out Jericho.
And
got to talk about him later in the show.
Edge pulls out the victory, and then he cashes in on Cena. Geez, almost like a year later. So it was great.
Yeah, I mean, what really pulls it all together, you know, Edge, of course, he wanted, but like the cash in, it had to be the right place, the right time. Edge, he earned that ultimate opportunist moniker. I love the first one. You know, there were a lot of stars in there.
Was that the one when Joey Mercury's face exploded?
Was that a Money? No, that wasn't a Money in the Bank. That was like a tag team ladder match at Armageddon.
I'm gonna look it up.
Look it up, yeah. I mean, you never forget your first, obviously. I love that one. The one, WrestleMania 24, when Punk won, you know, John Morrison does a moonsault off the top rope with a ladder in his hand. The one from Money in the Bank 2013, that all-star one with Punk, Daniel Bryan, Orton, Van Dam. I think Christian was in there. Like that was a really good one. The one where John Cena won in 2012 was interesting.
My boy Daniel Bryan.
Oh yeah, boy Daniel Bryan. You gotta remember that one.
CM Punk. Back to back.
CM Punk back to back, man. WrestleMania 23, Mr. Kennedy. The 2016 one, that was an interesting one. Dean got it, and of course what he did later on in the night was historical. But I'm gonna have to go with the first one. You never forget your first.
I think this year's the men's one can be real special with all the talent they have in there. They got Finn, they got Braun, they got Samoa Joe, KO. They got all these different people involved in the match. The women's one, I mean, I'm always a little scared to have, not to say they're frail or anything like that, but having women in the ladder match. Yeah. Sometimes I feel, especially with like Charlotte and like other people, they like try to do way too much, and then that just gets them hurt.
All right, let's get another Raw recap. So, Elias opens Monday Night Raw with a song, and then a whole bunch of stuff happens, and it leads to, as typical, a tag team match. Elias and Jinder Mahal face Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and go over. Thoughts on this?
I mean, last week I liked Elias being a lot more heelish. He was like not doing the sing-song stuff like he normally is. And then of course this week he opens up and he's the same old Elias that everybody loves to boo, and it doesn't really get heat on him. It's just, come see the circus and play along with Elias. So I didn't like that part of it. The match, I mean, this, not to be frank, this Raw was hot garbage. This Raw was not very good.
Raw hasn't been good. It's just they're mailing it in. It's vanilla. It's bad.
I mean, when this is your best match of the show, that's not saying a lot.
Yeah, it's just bad. I don't know. I think I enjoyed Owens Ballard more, but it's bad. Congratulations for Elias and Mahal picking up the win, though. I feel like they needed it more than Rollins or Reigns. It was nice seeing Reigns.
I mean, we all know the babyfaces are going to win at Money in the Bank, so let the heels win on TV.
Yep. Well, I mean, we'll see. We will see. All right, James Harden makes his Raw debut and defeats Kurt Hawkins, extending the losing streak to 200.
Poor Kurt Hawkins. He was about to win, and then Baron Corbin, whatever his moniker is now,
The Fun
Police. Yes,
something like that.
The feud between Baron Corbin and Fun continues.
Yeah.
As Kurt Hawkins was going to give everyone tacos, even though there was not like 10,000 tacos that were at ringside.
Maybe just as many people in the front row as he could. I don't know. Those tacos, they did look nice and delicious, though. Oh, Jesus.
They look fantastic.
He's dying. No, but yeah, the tacos, they look nice. They look very nice. But yeah, so Baron Corbin comes in, hits James Harden with the end of days, and Kurt Hawkins loses the match via disqualification.
Shout out for Elias with the troll job of the Houston Rockets losing to the Golden State Warriors.
Oh, that's always fun. WWE with the biggest troll job, and this James Harden guy.
He had a beard, so
he had a beard. So
he was a little lighter than James Harden is, but
a little lighter. Jesus. Next time they come to Oakland, they're gonna have like a KD or something like that.
Well, they did have the Splash Brothers as a squash match against Braun Strowman once.
That is very true. I do remember that. Oh goodness. All right, so then after this, Kurt Angle has a segment with Baron Corbin, and what's Corbin's new role?
I don't know, the ambassador to Stephanie McMahon. It's all about checks and balances. So remember, kids, stay in school and you learn about checks and balances.
So he's an authority figure now,
I guess. I mean, maybe this is just a holdover for Baron Corbin until he can tear the house down with Roman Reigns, like what Mitchell told us.
I mean, honestly, like, what's going on with Corbin? Like, is he just in a position where he can't win, or he's just not going to win? Like, what's going on here? It's just it's bad, man.
Yeah, I mean, I say this, like, I like Baron Corbin's character. He's a heel. He's not trying to get over with the crowd. But then when it comes to in-ring and his pro mobility, he's just not getting better.
I mean, the in-ring, he has some good spots, like the deep six in the end of days, and of course when he like slides underneath the rope and comes outside the ring and runs around the post and gets back in. I mean, those moves, they're nice. I mean, it's I don't know, man. He has a better chance at holding on to that hairline than he does of getting a prominent spot on the roster.
Hair versus hair match should happen eventually for him.
Him versus No Way Jose. I'm telling you, man. Make it happen. Make it happen. Alright, so Nia Jax goes on to defeat Natalya with Ronda Rousey on commentary or whatever. And Natty appears to have hurt her ankle or knee in the match. So, of course, Ronda Rousey comes down and tries to check on her friend. And then all of a sudden, Nia becomes sympathetic. And she's trying to see what's going on with Natty. And Ronda gives her this death stare like, don't touch her. What's going on with the storyline?
I know, and Ronda Rousey was not very good on commentary either.
No.
And then as you said, they come out, they do the injury angle with Natty, and then Nia was such a great heel. We all praised her last week. This is probably like her best performance of late. And then she turns babyface, I guess, and then Ronda was more of the heel in the situation.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, what? I don't get it. I don't get what's going on here. What they should have had Ronda do. She didn't need to be on commentary. She could have just sat at the top of the ramp in a chair and just watched the match. She didn't need to speak or anything like that.
Yeah, this this feud has not been going very well.
It's not
Ever
good.
since the beginning when they had that awkward confrontation at the whatever upfronts when Nia chose Ronda, and then they had like this decent segment with Stephanie at the contract signing. Then I thought Nia did really good at the on her heel turn last week, but Ronda just hasn't gotten better. She hasn't really evolved as a character. She always just, I mean, on her press conferences, I say this all the time. Like she was so like not likable, but she was more real, and she didn't seem all like robotic. But then on this one,
Yeah, I mean, it's 134. Yeah. Alright. I don't know who that guy is.
shout out to that guy.
Yeah, shout out to that guy.
They're
Ruining my
talking.
podcast. No, but I don't know what's going on here. If you're gonna give Ronda dialogue, she shouldn't speak that often. Like, she shouldn't have a lot of dialogue at all. Maybe a sentence at most. Keep it short, simple, and to the point. And another thing, like going back last week with the whole, or going back to whenever she broke out of that armbar of that jobber or whatever. All Ronda has to do is be like, "Oh yeah, an armbar doesn't phase you. Look at this," and then she shows footage of her tapping out to Asuka. Like, it's that simple.
But that's not the story they're trying to tell.
I mean, come on, but still, just simple it up. Do something with it. It's bad.
Who are we supposed to root for in this situation?
I don't know. I really don't know. I'm gotten to the point where, I mean, I love Nia. I'm glad she got the strap. The whole body shaming storyline that she had with Alexa. It was a great story. Honestly, I'm looking at it. I know I've said things about it in the past, but if they put the title on Ronda, I don't think I'd be mad at it.
Especially if someone on Raw, as maybe Natty wins it, and they have for Money in the Bank, and then they set up the SummerSlam match, or they do something. But I think Ronda definitely needs the championship more than Nia does, because I don't exactly know what to do with Nia at this point.
Yeah, it's gotten
Hopefully, if Ronda gets the title, she gets a little bit of that swagger back and gets a fire lit under her.
Yeah. All right, my boy. LeBron Strowman goes on to defeat the glorious Robert Roode. My boy Braun smashing the ladder with his hands. With his bare hands.
Just Braun doing Braun things.
Braun out here doing Braun things. Big Braun things. How'd you feel about this whole little encounter?
I mean, it is what it is. I thought Bobby Roode was a little bit timid of Braun Strowman.
He needs to be a heel. Just make him heel.
Exactly. I mean,
Jesus.
And the backstage promo he had, was it with Renee? He was like, he does his promo and the whole punchline is glorious, and we all just roll our eyes at it. And we're like, okay, yeah, we get it. It's glorious. Can we do something else?
Yeah, I mean, like, back in the day, his catchphrase used to be, "It pays to be rude." I'm fine with that. You can work that so many other ways. He needs to lose the glorious thing. Just make him heel, man. A heel, arrogant Bobby Roode is what's best for business.
Even a heel glorious Bobby Roode is better than what this is.
Yeah, I don't know. Like a heel Roode, he'll have some good. He could tell a good story and have some nice matches with like a Roman or a Seth, or whatever other baby face you want to throw him up against. But it's not good. All right, the B team, they become #1 contenders.
Good for them. They deserve it.
Where the hell were the Authors of Pain?
I have no idea.
They dropped Paul Ellering. They had another match, and then they're just gone. Are they off writing books? Like, what are we doing here?
I mean, them and Sanity, they're MIA right now.
Oh my God, Sanity. They're just up in abundance. I don't know, but yeah. So it didn't make any sense why the Authors of Pain wouldn't be there. But congratulations to the B team, #1 contenders to the Raw Tag Titles. Is that match happening at Money in the Bank?
Probably.
I would hope not. That's too many matches.
Well, now we already talked about it. They're going to be 4 hours now.
Hey, I know. I was fine with the pay-per-view once every 2 or 3 weeks. I was fine with it.
But now you get it once a month, and they're going to be like 5 hours now. And WrestleMania is going to be like 12 hours long.
Oh my God, that's amazing. I would love WrestleMania to be 12 hours long. That's all the wrestling I need in my life. All right, Bobby Lashley and Sami Zayn segment. What the hell is going on? What is Bobby Lashley doing? What is he wearing? Why is he smiling?
Because he's the smiling black guy.
Look, man.
That's his gimmick.
This man talked about it. Sami Zayn talked about this man's family. I see. That's the thing I don't get. I mean, I guess you could make the argument, oh, it wasn't really serious, so we could laugh it off, haha. But then he made a comment about him and the armed forces, and he got upset. What? What?
I don't know what they're doing with this. Hopefully, Bobby can just beat up Sammy and they can move on from this. Hopefully, it's not like a 3-month feud and this is just a one-off.
Actually, no. Sami Zayn, he was hilarious, and when he said, "You crushed my hand so bad I couldn't make my tofu steaks," that was funny. That was hilarious. But if Lashley was really gonna get that,
Don't sleep on tofu. Tofu's not that bad.
Tofu is actually pretty amazing. People need to go try it. But no, seriously, if Lashley's gonna get upset about him making a remark about the armed forces, why didn't he chase him in the crowd if he was that upset?
Because he'll get him at Money in the Bank. His time will come.
I don't know, man. It's Raw's been bland. It's been very vanilla. It's made me very upset. The flagship show it's hurting my eyes. It's
okay because there's been playoff hockey and playoff basketball going on at the same time, and I'd rather watch that.
Tonight was a game 4.
It is game 4, it was game 4. It comes on
game 4 tonight. Yeah.
Mhm.
We'll talk about that later.
No, we won't.
He said no, we won't. All right. Roman Reigns and Jinder Mahal, they brawl. A brawl with Mahal. Should that be the name of the spot?
Sure. Make it the title.
So how do you feel about this?
Just more Roman Reigns and Jinder Mahal things. Just people I don't care about.
Just more big, sweaty men attacking each other.
Yeah, just another reason why I'm not liking Raw right now.
It's bad. All right. So there is a 6-woman tag: Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks, and Ember Moon. And Bliss, she gets some sort of injury, poor baby, and she has to go to the back. So
she got bit by the Mat Monster, just like when it happened to Natty.
Exactly. And they're obviously going up against the Riot Squad: Sarah Logan, Ruby Riott, and Liv Morgan.
Don't forget about my girl Liv.
I can't forget about your girl Liv. I saw that one picture of her up against a railing. I was like, oh my. Anyway,
the railing disappeared.
It did. Yeah, so Bayley somehow can just run into matches. The ref forgets the rules and just lets her pin people when she's not even officially involved in the match. Like, what is this?
I mean, this was such a simple fix if it was all building up to the Baron Corbin thing, but all you had to do was just have JoJo announce Kurt Angle is inserting Bayley into the match, or just do something to where Kurt Angle comes out or makes it known that Kurt Angle did something to make this official, because it's a 6-woman tag. Alexa Bliss got hurt early on in the match. It's not a big deal to put in another person in there.
Yeah, it's just.
But then it was all. I think this was all just something to get the Baron Corbin dynamic with Kurt Angle back and have them. Yeah. Have Baron make Kurt Angle his can't say it, but you know what I'm saying.
His
female dog.
Female dog. Exactly. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I mean it was reversed at the end or whatever. So the Riot Squad, they do get the victory over Bliss, Bayley, Moon, and Banks. It made no sense to me at all whatsoever. And then our main event, Finn Balor, a man who was John Wayne Tough and James Dean Cool, goes on to defeat Kevin Owens.
One more thing about that 6-woman tag match. Afterwards, Baron Corbin did his thing with Kurt Angle, and then Kurt Angle had to tell the girls that their match was null and void and they got disqualified, so the Riot Squad won. And they were all happy about Bayley helping them out, and then all of a sudden, once Kurt Angle says that they got disqualified, then they got all angry at Bayley, even though it wasn't Bayley's fault. You were just happy at Bayley for doing the exact same thing. It wasn't her fault.
She ran in. Who told her to go out there?
Well, they were happy that Bayley helped her out, that they won the match. And then as soon as Kurt Angle says, "Oh, you got disqualified because of Bayley," then they get angry at her.
Let's keep going with this whole Bayley thing. Bayley and Sasha, what's going on?
Nothing. I mean, I thought they had a breakthrough on Raw. They made a tag.
Look, man.
Sasha made the hot tag to Bayley. I thought it was a breakthrough, and then now they're back to hating each other.
That story.
That's what women do, apparently.
That story was so simple. We could have had the match at WrestleMania. You could have cut one of those matches off the card. I don't have the card in front of me to look at it, but one of those matches could have gone. You could have gave Sasha and Bayley 15 minutes to tell a nice story. I mean, Jesus, man, what are these writers doing, man? Did the writers from 2 months ago on SmackDown move over to Raw? I don't understand. Anyway, Finn Balor goes on to defeat Kevin Owens via DQ.
Decent match. I mean, Kevin Owens getting DQ'd by kicking Finn in the corner and not breaking, something we rarely see. So I thought it was a nice finish.
Yeah.
Because obviously you don't want Finn beating Owens, and you don't want Owens beating Finn because Finn's kind of taking his losses against Braun Strowman lately. So I think it was an okay match. And then afterwards they do the whole thing with Kevin Owens getting scared of heights.
That was very
You know,
interesting.
like seeing him jump off of stuff, and but he was scared when he faced Shane with the
Hell in a
Hell in a
Cell.
Cell. He was going to
So-
jump off, but then he didn't.
A little continuity there. Anyway, so then Finn Balor does the coup de grace off the ladder. That's another thing. That's a big move that could have been saved for Money in the Bank. That's honestly a move that you can do maybe 2 or 3 times in your career without like being injured. So like you can't just be throwing that stuff out on free TV.
But he didn't go off the top of the ladder, though. So
I
he's
mean-
going to go full Velveteen Dream at Money in the Bank.
True. We'll see. We shall see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the SmackDown recap. My girl Carmella, Mella is money. She shows us who the real Asuka is. Called her a loser. She's not special anymore. The streak's over.
I think Carmella's been doing a great job as being an agitating heel. I hope this all just leads to Asuka squashing her at Money in the Bank.
Jesus, I don't know.
Because I mean, that's what it's kind of been building up to. Mella talking all this stuff. She's kind of like the barking chihuahua. She just keeps barking, and all you need to do is just have the Rottweiler just like smack her upside the head, and she's done.
Her moonwalking on the announce table is amazing. I kind of want my girl Mella to win. I don't know.
I mean, if you want to, put that title on the line and say your girl Mella's going to win. I mean, I'll take that bet every time.
the title's on the line next week.
Exactly.
Next week.
Exactly. So say Mella's going to win. I'll take Asuka, and then that's an easy point for me.
I mean, I don't know. She's been doing a good job. She's not the best wrestler, but the character it overshines the ability. I mean, she has a good move here or there or whatever. But I don't know. I think I might want to see Carmella retain that championship. I want to see what else she can do. What other challengers come her way?
I mean, I think she can do the same gimmick without the title.
I mean, how ironic
The gimmick doesn't need the title.
how ironic would it be if she got cashed in on?
I don't.
Kind of like Edge.
Well, I still say that a Raw woman is going to win Money in the Bank. So
That's very
so
true.
I don't think it's going to happen. But if it did, it would be, I guess, irony.
Irony.
But I don't see it happening. Hopefully, Asuka just kicks her and then pins her in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, well, during this segment, Absolution, Mandy Rose, and Sonya Deville, they come out and talk crap to Asuka, and Paige comes out. She's like, all right, which one do you want, or do you want both? Asuka says, give me both. And Asuka goes on to defeat Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville.
I think you need to do this with Asuka, kind of build her up. She's been not losing lately. She lost her first tag match with Becky, and then she's kind of been on a roll lately. But I think you need to have this. You can build up Absolution later. Sonya got some good offense, which obviously she's more of the serious act compared to her and Mandy Rose. But shout out to Sonya Deville rocking the rainbow on Pride Month.
Oh, yeah, of course, shout out.
But I thought it was a good match. Told a good story with Asuka defeating both of them, and I don't think it obviously hurts Absolution, but I don't think you're going to do anything with Absolution anytime soon.
True. All right, this was actually really funny. The Miz and New Day segment backstage. So New Day, they have a hat full of numbers, and they tell the Miz, all right, you choose a hat full of names. I'm sorry. You choose one of these names, and whichever one you choose, that's who's going to be in the Money in the Bank men's match. So they blindfold him with his Naruto-type headband, and they switch the hat out with pancake batter, and it was very, very funny.
Shout out to Mr. Booty'sworth. I'm pretty sure that's a writer. Pretty sure Mr. Booty'sworth is a writer. But
Took him from the headquarter offices and just flew him down for that one segment.
like Big Dick Johnson.
Oh my god! I forgot all about Big Dick Johnson.
But anyways, I mean the backstage, I didn't like it as much as you do. It's just New Day being New Day. Miz is obviously a good foil for them. He's been real serious lately. Shout out to the Miz. He was on First Take yesterday in Cleveland trying to talk up the Cavaliers. They're going to come back from down 3-0 and they're going to win in 7 because they got LeBron, and that's about it. But
That's about it.
dang it, they're going to do it.
They just might. Gosh darn it, they just might. All right, so Carl Anderson defeats Luke Harper, getting the Good Brothers a little momentum, rolling into Money in the Bank in their SmackDown Live Tag Team Championship match against the Bludgeon Brothers.
It doesn't make any difference. Bludgeon Brothers are still going to win. It's just the whole WWE booking of
Probably.
the person who wins on TV does not win on pay-per-view.
I mean, we got to see what happens next week.
They did paint this as sort of a fluke of having him with the roll-up and barely getting him. I'd rather have been Rowan to take the loss because I always like Luke Harper better, but
Yeah.
at this point I kind of understand that they're just both destined to be tag team at this point.
They're just destined to be in that spot. All right, so we had a intergender tag team match. Jey Uso and Naomi, his wife, go on to defeat Lana. Happy Lana Day, ladies and gentlemen, and Aiden English.
Lana and Naomi did not hurt each other, even though Naomi did the tope con hilo, and I thought she was going to break her neck.
Yeah, there were some botches in this one. I was like,
I don't know if she was supposed to do like a front flip, or she was supposed to just do a regular dive, and then she over-rotated, because, that booty, it's kind of a lot of weight back there, kind of threw her overboard.
Whatever happens, it's gonna cushion her fall. Lana's the best.
Well, I mean, if you fall on your neck,
Lana number one.
it's not going to cushion your fall. But luckily, Aiden English was there and saved the day.
Oh yeah, of course. Shout out to English, man. That whole Lana is the best Lana number one. It's kind of catchy. Kind of dig it.
They've been singing it on Instagram for a long time, so
I know. Do they have that shirt? Is that shirt? Does that exist?
it probably will be.
I might have to go make one to get on the copyright train, real quick.
I just know Lana be posting selfies in her Rusev Day shirt. She looks very good.
Oh yeah, she looks stunning. She looks exquisite.
Ravishing, you might say.
Oh, I see what you did there, guy. This is why I have you here, man. For
And I show up unlike the other one.
for moments like these, man. All right, so I really enjoyed this segment, the contract signing between Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles for the WWE title match, Last Man Standing match at Money in the Bank. I don't know why the title wasn't in the picture, but that's besides the point. Shinsuke really just getting under AJ's skin, saying this pin doesn't work, this pin is broken. AJ giving him a nice little tap on the cheek.
I mean, yeah, I thought this might have been the best segment on WWE.
I really enjoyed
this week.
the setting of it.
Yeah, I mean, there's this and the big casting. They did some different things in terms of setting up.
It worked.
Yeah, it was just a backstage segment. I don't know why they didn't have it in the ring like they normally do, but I like it because it kind of
Gives it a different feel.
It gives it a different feel. And contract signings, if you have a contract signing for a boxing match, you don't have the contract signing in the ring.
Yeah.
You have it backstage or at the press conference or something like that. And this is kind of what it was. And Shinsuke was being agitating and got under AJ's skin. And even though AJ says he's trying to keep us cool and doesn't want Shinsuke to make him crazy, but obviously that's not happening right now.
Yeah, I mean, the whole contract signing thing, if it was in the ring, it would have ended in a Pier 6 brawl, like they all do. But let's talk about Becky Balboa.
Mm-hmm.
She was sipping some tea when she defeated her friend, Charlotte.
Yeah, really big win for Becky. Don't know what this means for Charlotte, because we all think Charlotte was destined to face Ronda or do something at WrestleMania next year by beating Asuka, and then she's lost her last couple matches. I mean, I'm not crying over this, because I love me some Becky Lynch.
Oh.
Becky Lynch, I think, is the most underutilized person in WWE, and maybe she might win the Money in the Bank ladder match, because she's Becky Lynch and give me that Becky and stuff like that.
Oh, of course. There we go. I enjoyed the one little spot in the match where they both have each other's foot. They let it down. I think they sipped some tea after that. That was humorous. I was like, ha 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 ha. It was good stuff. It was really competitive match. I enjoyed it. Huge win for Becky. She doesn't win that often. When she does it, it truly does mean something. Giving her some momentum going into Money in the Bank. I digs it.
Mm-hmm.
She needs to get that SmackDown Women's title back, man.
You're preaching the choir over here.
Am I really?
Mm-hmm.
I should go over to that podium and just start letting it loose on.
Go old school New Day.
Oh man, no, I'll go Brother Devon. Deliver that sermon.
All
Testify. All right, Samoa Joe's promo. What'd you think?
It's just solid. Samoa Joe's been doing these promos for the last couple weeks. Same old stuff. Just him being serious, wanting to win the Money in the Bank, just destroying everything in his path. I mean, not much to say here. It's just a solid heel promo from Samoa Joe that he's been doing the last couple weeks.
Yeah, he's been hitting them out of the park. And all right, let's talk about another promo that I really enjoyed because of the scenery. So Renee Young, she was She had the crowd in the background to her. They were like on the side state.
Almost like back in the 80s.
Yeah, back in the 80s with like Mean Gene Okerlund, where a lot of those like vintage Razor Ramon promos happened, and where Razor popped Sean's bubblegum with the toothpicks. Like scenery like that, I love that. I love promos like that. So that's where Big Cass had this one, and it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the setup, switching up, having it on the stage. I mean, I think one of the reasons why is so you can have the camera underneath the stage to make Cass look even taller than he actually is.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like the promo, but I felt like it went a little bit too long. You could have trimmed, 2 or 3
Trimmed
minutes
some
off
fat.
of it and put those 3 minutes into the Becky Lynch Charlotte match. But I mean, all in all, it was a good promo by Cass. A little too long. Wish Dana Bryan had a rebuttal. Apparently, he had one on WWE on YouTube.
I saw that. It was actually very good.
I don't know why they couldn't put that on WWE TV. But
Yeah.
because obviously, I mean, what is this, like past 2 weeks we haven't seen Dana Bryan, right?
No.
I mean, Dana Bryan's been, I don't know what they're doing with him.
I don't know. I don't know. Alright, Andrade Cien Almost has another encounter with Sin Cara, and apparently this is the route they're going. I feel bad for Almost.
Well, it's a good starting feud with Almas and Sin Cara, but obviously Almas is going to win. Sin Cara, I mean, they should have a decent match together. Hopefully Sin Cara doesn't hurt himself, which is always
Yeah.
a problem with him. Selena Vega still slaying it with all the meanness that she's been dishing out to Sin Cara. Hopefully Almas can move up and have a big match at SummerSlam.
I know that'd be nice to see. Maybe him and Jeff for the U.S. title.
If Jeff ever shows up, Jeff hasn't.
Yeah, no Jeff Hardy this week.
I think he has like a knee injury, or so he has something going on to where he hasn't. I mean, we haven't seen him since like the Dana Bryan match, right? It's been a while.
Yeah, oh man. Jeff, get well soon, my buddy. Alright, so the New Day, they pick up a huge win against Miz, Samoa Joe, and Rusev. Happy Rusev Day, ladies and gentlemen.
Happy Rusev Day to everybody. Once again, my boy Big E pulled off the victory.
Man,
I think
he's the one.
my prediction's coming true right now.
He's the one, man. I
Big E?
feel it.
Big E's gonna be in that Money in the Bank match.
The Big Easy. I mean, for a man his size to do a tope suicide and then just get up like nothing happened it's incredible. Kofi Kingston really surprising us. I thought he was going to springboard into the ring, but he jumped, got a lot of elevation, and just fell outside onto I think it was either Joe or Rusev. I thought that was very well done. I could see like if the new let's say Big E were in the Money in the Bank match and he won the briefcase, I could see New Day freebirding the briefcase around, but then whoever like cashes in with the briefcase are like, oh no, this one's mine, and then that's how the New Day would break up.
And I think if it was one of them, I think it would be Big E. I think Big E is probably the best out of the three at this point.
Yeah.
Obviously, Kofi's really athletic, but he's old. We've seen him do his stuff. Xavier Woods, he's entertaining, but I think Big E.
U.S. mid card.
I think Big E definitely has the most potential to be a main eventer out of the three.
Yeah, oh yeah. I heard Vince wanted to push him for the main event like a few years ago.
Oh, he was destined for big things before he was put with AJ and Dolph Ziggler.
I mean, come on, they had it. They had
Big E Langston.
Oh man, Big 3 ain't enough. I need 5. I remember those days. He had the 5 count like King Kong Bundy. Shout out Big E Langston. I miss that. I miss that.
Shout
stuff.
out AJ.
Shout out AJ.
Supporting CM Punk during this tough time in his trial.
Oh yes. You know, you got to support my boy Punk. Yeah, but no, SmackDown main event. It was very well done. I enjoyed all of it. I did.
SmackDown won the war this week.
SmackDown.
Or won the battle.
They won the battle. I mean, back in late 2016, they were beating Raw like every week for quite some time. And then Raw got good and SmackDown got bad. And now I guess it just shifts.
Yep.
I don't know. All right, Superstar Spotlight. Who do we got?
You can go first, because I don't want to steal your mojo, because I've been doing that lately.
Yeah, man. I'm going the entire New Day.
The entire New Day.
Yeah, they were funny. They were funny on SmackDown for me. They got a huge win over some top level talent, some big names. It was it really made sense.
We're gonna keep it on SmackDown, and I'll go with my girl Becky Lynch.
Really?
Yep, I thought it was a good match between the both of them. Having her win was a surprise. I thought it was a lock that Charlotte was gonna win, and hopefully this means big things for Becky.
Yes.
Bars.
Oh, I digs it. All right, is that the? Actually, no, it's not. I got some New Japan to talk about. Dominion this Saturday.
What?
Yeah,
We're actually going to talk about New Japan
of course.
on the main podcast. If you want
Bullet Cast, Bullet Club.
Well, I already did talk about the full Dominion card on my other show, Under the Radar. You can go check it out.
It's
dropped
in the archives.
It dropped yesterday.
Yes, dropped actually.
But anyways, you go first.
I mean,
You lead the conversation.
lead the conversation. I mean, there are a few some really big matches I will care about. I know it's gonna be Hiroshi Tanahashi and Liger and Mysterio going up against my boy Cody, Hangman and Marty, right?
Yeah. Well, if you listen to my podcast, you would see the entire
I
card.
mean, I listen to the pod. You know, I heard the entire card. I think it'd be a fun match. You know, Cody and Ray, they obviously had history back in WWE. Ray's the reason why Cody wore the face mask. It'd be funny if he brought that out and like, this is what you did to me or something like that. I don't know. I think Club goes over, possibly, maybe. I don't know.
The Gaijins are not going to win this match. I'm pretty sure the baby faces are going to win. The old baby faces are going to win.
Boo! Come on, New Japan.
If we did have the Money in the Bank, I might cash it in and put it on this card right here.
Oh man, you gotta wait, man.
Maybe I'll just do it on some random G1 climax show.
Just do it on a Shimmer show, bruh. Shock the world. Alright, no, but moving on from that, the Young Bucks, they are challenging their heavyweights. Now they're challenging for the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships. Who are the current tag team champions?
Evil and Sonata.
Evil and Sonata, really?
Los
Wow.
Ingobernables de Japón.
That's interesting. I'd put them on the Bucks, man. I'd see what they can do with them. You know, they were 6-time junior tag team champions. Just put the big tag team straps on these boys and let's see what happens.
And once again, I disagree. I said Evil and Sonata are going to win. Just because it is the first time the Young Bucks are in the heavyweight division, they don't need to win it right now. They can win it maybe at Wrestle Kingdom. Maybe they go through the tag league or whatever the hell it's called, and they win that tournament.
Is that like the G1 for like tag teams?
Yep.
Oh well, that's
Just like the Best of Super Juniors just concluded. We could talk about that right now.
that's interesting. Who won it again?
The Best of Super Juniors.
Yeah, who won?
Hiromu Takahashi.
He's going up against my boy Will Ospreay, right?
Yes, he is.
Ospreay retains.
Hiromu's going to win.
Really?
Yeah. Hiromu Takahashi for the win
All right.
with his little coloring book.
Just little coloring book. All right. Now 2 really big matches, probably the biggest matches of the show. My boy, the Lionheart Y2J, Chris Jericho, is challenging for another Intercontinental Championship that is held by Naito.
What's his first name?
Tetsuya.
Very nice.
I'm out here, man. Naito won me over at Wrestle Kingdom. I don't know. This is an interesting one, you know. Naito, I mean, I haven't really seen New Japan lately. Has he been in like a slump? Has he been winning lately, or?
I mean, he's the Intercontinental Champion. He beat Minoru Suzuki for it.
I mean, like, yeah, you can have a title and like still lose like non-title bouts and stuff like that.
He's Naito. He's tranquilo.
He's tranquilo. Could Jericho win this Intercontinental Championship? I don't know.
It all depends on.
Would they shock us? Would they shock us like that?
What's in the cards for Jericho?
What's in the cards for Jericho? You know. I don't know. Apparently,
apparently
Impact's trying to sign him.
Well, selfishly, I hope he wins the IC title and then he defends it at the Cow Palace.
Oh yeah,
because that would be a really big deal. And
that'd be amazing, especially because we're going to be there. That's. I mean, I would love to see Jericho win this Intercontinental title. I know WWE won't count it, but on a technicality be his 10th one. So it'd be interesting. It'd be a big deal. Has anybody ever held both of these Intercontinental titles? Anybody in history? I can't think of any.
Maybe Nakamura can do it.
It's a possibility. Well, if Jericho does it, then he beats. Yeah,
check
the stats. We need these stats. You know I like to have facts and dates and times and whatnot. But yeah, Jericho winning this Intercontinental Championship, that'd be a huge deal. It'd be awesome. I would love everything about it.
Maybe Andrade Cien almost might win it.
Oh, he's moved over to Raw for all that.
Well, I'm just looking at all the names here.
Oh, Andrade, he's held this.
Yeah, La Sombra.
Okay. My boy Andrade, former...
Shortest reign of all time of 50 days.
Ah, boo. Boo, 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 boo. Come on now, Andrade. No, but yeah. I mean, once again, you people need to thank me for big things happening in New Japan. I said something big need to happen for me to care. And my boy Jericho's over there now. Now I give a damn.
Was MVP ever Intercontinental Champion?
No. He
Okay.
was United States champion.
All right then.
What about Shelton Benjamin? Is he on that list?
Shelton Benjamin is not on this list. So
Ah.
probably the best bet of winning is either Shinsuke,
Or Jericho?
Andrade, or Jericho. If Jericho does pull it off,
If Jericho does pull it off, it'd be awesome. All right, now the big match of the night. How do you say his name?
Kazuchika.
Kazuchika. I don't want the New Japan people to attack me again. Kazuchika Okada defends the IWGP Heavyweight Championship against Kenny Omega.
Not only just defending against Kenny Omega. What else?
2 out of 3 falls.
And
And
no time limit.
no. Oh, I didn't hear the no time limit. That. All right. Is Coda going to be in his corner?
I don't know. Maybe the Young Bucks might.
Maybe
be in
the
his
Young
corner.
Bucks cost him again.
We've been seeing some things on Being the Elite. Hopefully, Kenny finally comes to his senses, and him and the Young Bucks can get back together.
Yeah.
And actually, the Elite will be on Being the Elite.
Oh yeah, man. You know, open that package that they sent him. It's really heartbreaking. But going back to this, I think now's the time to put it on Kenny Omega. I mean, I think Okada. Was it you who said like he's like a month or so out from
Being the longest reigning Japanese champion of all time.
Yeah, he's
any of the major promotions.
Yeah, he's like a month or so out. I mean, that'd be nice, but then again, like, I think it's Kenny's time, you know, because you could tell a great story with that, and then it could lead to him versus Ibushi at Wrestle Kingdom for the championship or whatever. But then again, what would Okada do after he loses the championship? Because, I mean, Kenny, he's kind of like, his star power's kind of died down. He's not as hot as he was last year. And if he beats Okada for this championship, it'll boost it right back up.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of said the same thing on my podcast that Kenny isn't as hot as he was last year, so maybe this is a way to get him up there, but I still think Okada's going to win.
Really?
I feel like Okada's going to win. I don't know how this match is going to go just because of all the stipulations they have, and they're so ambitious and they want to just go. I hope they don't go over 90 minutes. Hopefully they go. They're going to be somewhere between 60 and 90 minutes, I feel like.
Really?
I think it's almost a lock they're going to go over an hour, but maybe they try to shock us and they just go 2 quick falls and they go 50 minutes.
Oh, they do like the WWE thing as you said in yours?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't exactly know how they're going to structure this match, but Okada and Omega, all 3 of their matches last year were all so different, so hopefully they can pull something out and enjoy it, and I can enjoy it, but I will be watching this live, so that might hinder my enjoyment of the card 5 hours in, and it's going to be like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'll be dead tired.
Jesus.
Maybe I'll take a nap in between. Or maybe like Wrestle Kingdom, there'll be an earthquake, and I'll get just a jolt of energy.
Oh my god. Wrestle Kingdom, yes. I mean, it's going to be a very interesting thing. Honestly, I would put the title on Kenny, but Okada, he's close to that record, and as we know, records are meant to be broken.
I mean, I just don't know what they do with Okada afterwards, because he's beaten everybody, except for, you can say he hasn't beat Ibushi yet.
I mean,
but I don't see Ibushi getting the title with it.
Would you throw Jericho in the card?
I mean, that's another thing, but if Jericho loses the IC title, then he just goes up to the heavyweight championship. I mean, he have to do something.
I'm saying, like, but if Jericho loses to Naito, then he can't just be like, hey, I won you, and Okada be like, nah, you just lost.
Exactly.
Yeah, so, I mean...
Unless, he wants to go through the whole G1, which I don't think Jericho's going to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Jericho's not. He's not doing stuff like that.
I mean, if Jericho wants to go in the G1 and win and main event Wrestle Kingdom again, I mean, I'm all for that. But then because we always know once you win once you win G1, you always have that one match where you defend your briefcase. Maybe he loses it, but he probably won't, because Jericho's not going to be in G1 anyways. I shouldn't get my hopes up. He's not even going to be in San Francisco. What am I talking about?
Oh, no, don't say stuff like that. Surprise attack from Jericho. We get a surprise code breaker while he's all dressed out in his eyeliner and his black lipstick.
Mm-hmm.
All that good stuff. I don't know, but you got any rumors or anything for us?
For what? For New Japan?
Just for wrestling in general.
Well, I see you're wearing the "I Got the Sauce" Enzo Amore shirt.
Yeah, I actually.
Your boy dropped another single.
Did he really?
Yep. Bury Me a G.
Jesus. I actually finally saw Phoenix. It was so distasteful. It was terrible. I mean, really, come on, my guy. Like, real one. Like, what are you doing?
Surprised you're wearing that shirt.
I mean, I have sauce of my own, so it just I don't let people see the back. I don't want the remembrance of your boy. But yeah, I mean,
boy, not my boy.
Phoenix, it was just so distasteful. I was like, oh my goodness, like the guy walking to the casket like Vince in like his own funeral, and then the crotch chop, throwing shade at Vince and Hunter, disrespecting the IWC. It's just it wasn't good. I did not like it.
Apparently on Instagram he was throwing shade at Michael B. Jordan for some reason.
Why? Michael B. Jordan's amazing.
But technically it wasn't him. He was talking about Creed, so it was like kind of kayfabe to where he was talking about Creed and not Michael B. Jordan. But yeah, lot of cussing.
Throwing shade at kayfabe characters now.
Yep.
That's very interesting.
I mean, we all know Enzo's a boxer, so
oh yeah,
maybe he'll be the next Thunderlips.
All right, Brandon, what's our promo pick of the week?
So we talked a little bit about Chris Jericho.
Oh yeah.
It would have been really easy for me to talk about Chris Jericho's latest promo that he did against Tetsuya Naito. It's just him in a hotel room talking.
He's sipping grape juice, right?
Grey Goose.
Oh.
Not grape juice.
Oh.
But we're not going to go with that. But if you want to watch that promo, go right ahead. But we're going to go back in time to Smoky Mountain Wrestling, and we will see the Thrill Seekers, and they were seeking many thrills. If you don't know who the Thrill Seekers is, that is Chris Jericho and Lance Storm, and this great 6-minute, very 90s video package of them. And all they do is they seek thrills. And that just means they go to the arcade and they play some video games, and they do bungee jumping and play Pop-A-Shot. It's really corny, but really funny, especially with Jericho. He's so over the top. Lance Storm trying to show some humor and some character, but he can't. I don't think Lance Storm can show that much emotion. But it's a real funny promo just to see where those guys come from. Take a look.
I shall do that.
Great music in the background. It's just like the opening scene is them signing their contract for Smoky Mountain, and the next 5 minutes is just them playing arcade games and doing a bunch of different dumb stuff, like throwing snowballs at the camera.
That sounds interesting. All right, our closed match pick of the week. Seth Rollins goes on to face the big dog, Roman Reigns, for the WWE Championship at Money in the Bank, June 19th, 2016. I talked about this pay-per-view earlier on in the show. This was the one where Seth Rollins was coming back to reclaim the title that he never lost. Roman was champion at this time. We all know what happens. If you don't know what happens, you're living under a rock, because it was all amazing. They had a really good one, Roman went for the spear, Seth jumped into the pedigree, then he hit another pedigree. Becomes a 2-time WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Dean's music hits. Dean blasts him after Seth turns around, cashes in the briefcase, hits Dirty Deeds, becomes champion. All three members of the Shield hold the World Championship within a 5-minute span. So, and then they say June 19th is known as Shield Day because of that.
Okay.
Throwing all that out there. It was really one of the better moments. I think that was during Game 7 last year of the NBA Finals.
Game 7 last year?
I mean, 2 years ago, I'm sorry. When the Cavs took it home.
Don't remind me.
Don't remind
and the block.
It's okay, man.
Do you know who the block was on?
I mean,
do you know who the block was? Can you name the two people that were involved in?
Man, I could talk about going around the block to the corner store or something, man. Talk about those blocks.
Block parties.
Block party, man. Major block parties. So Game 7 tonight. Are the fans watching?
Game 7 tonight?
Not Game 7. Jesus, I'm so tired. Game 4. Game 4 of this illustrious series of basketball and dribbling and shooting and dunking and alley-oops and rebounds.
Go Warriors.
Go. Hey, let's do it, Curry. Let's
sweep
it all. Make it all happen. When was the last time there was a sweep like that?
2007.
Really?
Against the Cleveland Cavaliers.
What team was that?
San Antonio Spurs.
Jesus Christ. All right, ladies and gentlemen. You can please follow us on Twitter at BulletCast, Instagram The BulletCast, YouTube channel The BulletCast. You can email us bulletcast2 sweet swet at gmail.com. We're on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Play. We're all over the place. It's been a great one, Brandon. We're just hitting an hour in the next couple seconds as we speak to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
All right.
So, watch that CM Punk fight, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be an interesting one.
Dominion and UFC all in one day. It's gonna be great.
Oh, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be wonderful. Yeah.
Shout out to the Washington Capitals.
Oh, shout out!
Do you know what they did?
I don't know. Tell me. Enlighten me.
They won the Stanley Cup yesterday. First time in franchise history.
Congratulations, boys! God, WWE gonna send them one of those championships with their side plates on it?
Probably.
Most likely.
Maybe they'll be like the only team that actually goes and see Donald Trump in the White House.
Jesus God.
Well, Alexander Ovechkin loves Putin, so if he loves Putin, maybe he loves Trump.
Let's not. Did you hear what Trump did? He wants to pardon Muhammad Ali.
I don't know.
You can you can't pardon a dead. I mean, you could pardon a dead.
Well, he already did. He pardoned a dead boxer already.
Yeah, shout out Jack Johnson, first ever black boxing world champion. But still, come on, Trump, get over yourself, my guy. Or I shouldn't even say my guy. God, I'm gonna get all the liberals are gonna come after me now.
You get kicked out of California for saying that.
I really will, you know.
Or at least you'll get kicked out of the Bay Area. You'll be sent the woods.
I'll be living in Watsonville.
Shout out to Watsonville.
Shout out Watsonville on 99.9 FM K-Dub. Shout out to those people. We are on at 10 p.m. now. 10 p.m. to 11. We got pushed back an hour.
Late night. Jimmy Kimmel, we're coming for you.
Man. All right, ladies and gentlemen. This has been the Bullet Cast. See you later.
Toodles.
Marks.
This has been the Bulletcast. Thank you for listening.